Okay, fast forward about a year,
Yeah.
and I wasn't born in the hospital, right?
No, you were born in a house, Dr. Corey's house, in the hallway. They didn't even have a room for it, for your mom.
Gee.
And she was just in overnight.
So anybody come knocking at the door, there's
Yeah.
somebody having a baby in the hallway.
Yeah. And but there I was working at General Electric.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd started there like in the fall. And you were, of course, born in December or January. And
Now in Chardon, were the roads pretty nasty in the wintertime back then? Do you
oh
remember?
yeah,
Was
yeah,
it hard to get to work sometimes?
I had a 52 DeSoto with rear wheel drive, and we got some pretty big snowstorms,
Mm-hmm.
and no freeways.
You just take Route 6 all the
Take
way into work?
Route 6 into Euclid Avenue and down Euclid Avenue, and
So that took a little bit of time.
yeah, yeah,
Were you first shift or second shift then?
second shift. So usually it wasn't too bad going to work, but coming home, they didn't plow the snow too much.
Mm-hmm.
But one time it was snowing really hard. I took off for work. I started 4:30, work 4:30 to quarter to 2 then. So it was snowing pretty hard, and I had to go over to Chesterland to pick somebody up to take to work because he called me and wanted to know if he could get a ride. So I went and picked him up, and there was a state highway patrolman. He lived over top of the bowling alley in Chesterland,
Mm-hmm.
and so we thought we're going to be late for work, so we'll just stop and get a cup of coffee. And by then it was 4 o'clock or so. And he said, "Don't even try getting to Cleveland because the roads are all like that." So I decided going to get there some way. So we went up Wilson Mills Road, which was a mistake.
With that big hill?
A big hill, got stuck there,
Got stuck at the bottom or?
got stuck halfway up, back down, and then turned into the park, Metropolitan Park. Tried to get through over to Route 6. Got stuck in Metropolitan Park.
Like over by Squires Castle area?
Yeah. And then I pushed snow with that DeSoto. I pushed snow all the way up Wilson Mills home
Oh man.
and got home at midnight
And never went to work?
never made it to work.
Oh gosh.
I just said, "Well, you're home early," and I said, "Well, I just never made it."
Wow. Use half a tank of gas and not get to work.
Yeah.
So the day I was born, was it a snowy day or do you remember?
Not so much, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
And it was only a block to get you there.
Just
But
on the other side of the
I was
hill.
at work when I got the call, and I made it. I made it home driving Route 6. You were born at night, so I got you to the hospital okay, but it was um, it didn't take very long to get from Cleveland to Chardon.
Back home. Now back then, mom didn't drive, so how would she get anywhere if she needed to get somewhere? Like if you weren't able to get home, how would she have gotten to the hospital?
We didn't even think about that, probably.
Oh, it wasn't an option. She just has to get there.
I don't know whether we would have called Grandpa B or what.
Yeah. Now, is he still on the farm then, or when did
Yeah,
he?
he
When
was
did
still-
they move into Willoughby? Because there's not many years between when I was born and the time we moved into Willoughby.
Right. I was trying to think.
They were there first.
They were there first because he got a job at.
Bailey.
No, he got a job at.
Oh, the hardware
Hardware
store.
store.
Yeah.
A few years, and he would walk back and forth. He probably worked there 5-6 years, and then he went to Bailey.
Mm-hmm. So I was born at Dr. Corey's office, and what was the doctor bill, like $50 or something like that?
75.
75. So that was a bargain,
Yeah.
and that's why you decided to have several more. If they're this cheap, we may as well keep having them.
That
And-
included, there was like a $25 charge for the delivery room and a $25 charge for the anesthetic. And
And did somebody come in and do anesthetic, or was it the doctor did all of that stuff?
probably the doctor did all of it.
Wow.
Yeah, that was,
Now we had, seems like there was a grandparent or great grandparent that died around the time that I was born.
yeah.
Who was that?
Grandma
Yours?
Fenner, great Grandma Fenner.
So Grandma B's mom
Grandma B's mother. She was living with Grandma and Grandpa. And
on the farm?
actually, they were still living in Willoughby when you got home.
Okay. You talking about on Center Street?
Yeah,
So Grandma Fenner lived in Center Street with them for a little
Yeah.
while?
yeah. Day after you came home, she died.
Hmm. How old was she? Pretty old?
She was up in her 80s, but I don't know how old.
Yeah. And was her husband dead already?
Yeah,
Did you know him?
no.
No. What was her name?
Maud.
Maud. Okay. All right. That's good for me.